and drivers have long been familiar with Porsche quality. But what makes Porsche quality so special? Three main aspects. Construction elements in which many quality characteristics are pre-programmed in advance. Manufacturing in line with the slogan, the highest standard of quality rather than high output. And, last but not least, a comprehensive system of quality assurance. At Porsche, guaranteeing quality is fully integrated into the production process. Every eighth operation serves to ensure quality, and all important production steps include intermediate and final tests. Each vehicle is accompanied by special car testing cards. Deviations from the norm are carefully recorded and corrected immediately. This applies to the bodywork as well as the subsequent anti-corrosion measures and multi-layer coating. Special attention is given to the processing of the engine block, for this is the foundation stone on which the power capacity and long life of a Porsche high-performance engine is based. The semi-automatic manufacture of the crankcase is checked by modern triple-coordinate measuring machines. Precision work. Etching the insides of these cylinders exposes the hard silicon crystals embedded in the aluminium casting. This makes the surfaces wear resistant. What applies to manufacturing applies doubly so for the so-called bought-in parts. These arrive at the Porsche factory with a long series of quality tests to their credit, something on which Porsche insists. Before outside parts are passed on to the production stage, they are first stored on call in the parts distribution center. With the help of a computer-assisted quality assurance system, they are first subjected to special dimensional and material inspections. The parts to be tested are selected automatically by a test control system that is dependent on the quality of the batches previously supplied. A computer system provides the required data. The high demands made on quality control at Porsche are apparent not only in the systems technology, but also in the process technology employed. To determine, for example, the homogeneity and material quality of light alloy castings subjected to high stresses, chemical penetration methods are used. X-ray tests are also employed. Only parts which pass these tests without reservations are sent on to the production line. Another contribution towards ensuring quality. Storage and removal operations are controlled automatically. Driverless vehicles transport material to the shop floor. This excludes mistakes in selection or damage in transit. Despite the large number of automated processes in the materials sector, Porsche still places great emphasis on handcrafting at the production stage. In assembling the engines, for example, everyone working here has mastered the assembly operations involved and is responsible for a complex series of tasks. Motivation is a quality assurance criterion here. After assembly, all engines are tested according to the so-called running-in program. Then, they are subjected to precise performance measurements. Top quality rather than high output, a particularly important principle where assembling of bodies is concerned. For it is here that each Porsche is individually equipped. A great deal of individuality is possible. Rarely are two completely identical Porsches produced in any one month. In order to be able to guarantee the individuality and equally characteristic quality production of a Porsche, traditional manual craftsmanship is more than just a philosophy, it's an absolute necessity. Each part is individually made and tested. Car assembly. The pre-assembled units are bolted to the body, but a Porsche's time of trial does not stop here by any means. The individual steps, as with all the other assembly work, are supplemented by constant checks. Even the simplest completion operations are done by experienced experts and checked. Now the Porsche is theoretically ready for the road. But this stage is only the start of a further series of quality and functional tests. First, the water tightness test. The chassis is literally shaken loose and precisely adjusted on the so-called spring deflection bed, an important prerequisite for safe driving characteristics in a high-performance sports car. On the roller test stand, the wheels turn for the first time. The gears are engaged and all important functions are checked. On the exhaust gas test stand, the motor is subsequently tuned. The electrics check. Here, all electric units are checked with the help of a computer before the car is authorized to undertake its first test drive. Off on the first test drive. It's 25 kilometers long and simulates the most important driving conditions: driving in town, on the motorway, and on country roads with varying surfaces. Over 40 test criteria are once more checked during this run. Even the slightest faults are recorded in order to enable them to be rectified immediately. The final act, getting the car ready for the customer and one last quality check. Now the Porsche is at last ready to be handed over to the proud owner, who has everything he needs for many years' trouble-free driving pleasure. From the design stage to the production stage, guaranteed by our comprehensive quality assurance system. Production involves hundreds of individual tests before the car is handed over to the customer. They all have but one goal, not the correction of defects, but the production of quality, right from the start. Porsche. Nothing even comes close.